Okay, this video we're going to show you all the tips and tricks you need to master this pipeline that's loaded with convenient features. So I'm going to work my way top down, okay? Um, this right here is the advanced search button. When you click that, it opens up and it gives you the option to filter your pipeline results. So in this case, I have a total of 955 records, right? And they fall in different categories. We call these statuses or loan stages, right? And you can customize these stages. I'm sure you guys saw that in other videos. And if I want to search and narrow this down to maybe files by a certain branch or a mortgage broker, right? So you can multi-select in different categories as well, or by employee, or by people that are past due on their billing, maybe files that haven't been touched in a certain number of days, certain priority, files that were created between a certain date period, or modified from a certain date period, or closed within a certain date period, or come from a certain lead source, or broker referring party. You can sort by what stage they are in a workflow, property state, what loan program they're associated with. Right? And by the way, all of these you can multi-select in some cases, right? So I can do all my blanket loans and, you know, bridge loans, right? I can also do sub-statuses as well. These are all custom tailored in your system. And I can type in here and search. So I want to search by, you know, Johnny. And I could, you know, select what field do I want it to search. And I can multi-select borrower first name, last name. Right, so this is good for maybe you have the last four of a credit card, or maybe you have a certain part of an address that you want to search by. So all those are good things to search for. And then of course by the status. And here I have the option to show hide columns. A lot of people miss this. This right here opens up, and whatever I check off, it expands and gives me a column for that data point. Okay, so everything that's checked off, you'll see represents a column header here. And most of the columns allow for you to ascend or descend, right? And it usually does it in some type of alphabetical or chronological order. So the more columns you have, the wider your page is going to get, okay? And that's important for you to know. The next thing here, you can go by page, or you can go to the last page. If you click here, notice that there is show 25 per page. So if I want to see 100 per page, I can change that, okay? And the next thing I'm going to show you is this folder icon. You'll see that in your dashboard as well. It opens up more information on this loan without having to click the borrower name, which opens the file. I can see pretty much everything I need to see without leaving the pipeline. Okay, so in this case, I can see what's going on with the workflow steps. I can see what required docs have been uploaded. I can make notes on certain workflow steps by clicking these little icons, right? So I can make a note there. I can upload documents to this file right from the pipeline. I can change the status of the file by clicking here, or change the substatus. Little icon right here, I can click that, and that sets a callback date. I can choose what day I want to do a callback for this borrower, which sets a reminder for me and displays in the calendar over here. And then all these little icons, you mouse over them, it tells you what they do. So I can schedule an email campaign. I can send a one-off email to this guy right away. I can create a summary report on everything that was done on the file. I can see the history on the file, what was done, what substatuses, what workflow steps were checked off, and by who. This shows me my email history, what documents I sent out, and who's been assigned to the file. Here I can update the workflows. That takes me right to the workflow tab of the file. Here I can assign employees to the file. So I want to assign a processing manager, Liz. Now she gets assigned to the file. And over here, there's another set of icons that are important. This opens the file. This lets me view it in read-only mode. And then this shows me the last 10 notes entered. If I click on it, it opens up a pop-up, and now I can sort through all the note history. And I can check these boxes here, and it separates the notes for me so I can see them clearly. I can make a new note, and let's see what else. And then here I can upload documents. And lastly, I can, create tasks. Right here, this is something people miss a lot. When you select here, I can mass update all the files that I selected. In this case, it's 955, but if I would have ran the search first and filtered by something, and then do a mass update to change the status, or maybe I want to link these files to another broker or another branch in my account, or assign an employee or remove certain employees, or I can email certain people certain documents as well in bulk. So that broom icon represents like a sweeping action. And then this last one here is I can schedule email campaign to everybody in that search result. You click on the email icon, and now I can send an email from my template library here. So I'll choose a marketing email here, and I can just send everybody a nice little marketing email from my library of email templates. Or I can schedule it to go out later. So pay attention to these little icons here. They do different things. I can copy the file, by the way, and that allows me to copy it with docs or without docs. This is a really good handy feature to have. Like if you have a borrower file that is a repeat borrower all the time, go ahead and create him as a template borrower with all of his docs pre-uploaded that are specific to him and his entity, and not property specific, of course. And then that way you can start off with pretty much 70% of everything completed, and then all you got to do is work on the loan and the property details. Don't have to worry about uploading too many docs and filling out too much information. So that's pretty much it. If you mouse over here, you can see different pieces of information. And let me see. In some cases, when you use our billing module, you can mouse over this icon. It'll show you their payment history, all the money that's been collected or what's owed on the account. So that wraps up our pipeline overview. If you have any feedback or questions or suggestions to make it better, let us know. If you need more data columns available, let us know. We can add more columns of data here. If you want different search filters, let us know. We can add a few more search filters as well. Oh, by the way, you can export into Excel. I forgot about that one. That right there lets you choose which data points you want to export. Keep in mind, you have to, in this case, it's going to give me all records. You have to run your search first. So if I want only loans that are in servicing, I would click search, and now that goes to 477. So now I want to export that. Now I would run this in a servicing export template that I've created, and it automatically checks off everything that's relevant. And now I update and download as a CSV, and then that runs right away down here. And now I've got an Excel template with all of those key points for all those loans. So that's a really cool tool. And you can export the note history inside of all those loans as well. It's a separate file. All right, thank you very much. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions.